Hey there, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Have you heard that expression? Have you ever used that expression or idiom? Doing a little project with idioms lately, and it's really interesting to think of an idiom and then relate it to growing or building my business or supersizing my business. And you can use it to supersize your business too. So more than one way to skin a cat. What does that mean? And how can you use that thought or idea to grow your business? Well, I think of there's more than one way to skin a cat as meaning there's so many different ways to achieve a goal or objective or to get the result that you want in anything that you're trying to do. And to me, this really gave me the opportunity to open up my thinking and realize that I didn't have to be so stressed out and frustrated in my businesses because I could allow other people to do things for me. I could delegate and not be so controlling, knowing that I didn't have to control every step of how something was done as long as it got the result that I wanted. I learned this in corporate America when I managed big teams, and we had to delegate. We had to let people be responsible for getting results. So we would have meetings. We would decide this is the result we want. This is the action step that needs to be taken. And then how each individual department head or leader or person that would take responsibility for that action, it was up to them to decide exactly how they were going to accomplish that goal or get that result or complete that action step to contribute to the whole. And when you're dealing with more than one person and a group or a team of people, you have to do that. A leader has to be able to delegate and let go of control and allow people to figure things out and do them their own way, knowing that it might not be perfect. It might not be the exact way that I would do it or you would do it. But as long as it gets the result that we all want, that we all agreed upon, it's good enough. And good enough is often good enough to move the project forward for several reasons. Number one, it allows other people to be empowered and to contribute and to feel important. I remember back in my Italian food manufacturing days, early on in running that business, I thought that I had to control everything. I thought I had to discover and determine how each process worked for every aspect of the organization and then document that and tell everybody how they had to do things and train them. But after doing that, what I did was I would let go of the reins and I would foster the belief and the idea of continuous improvement, knowing that there's always a better, faster, easier, more efficient, more effective way of doing everything than I could possibly think of. Because people bring their way of doing things, their perspective, their different way of looking at the job, the world, the situation, and often they see things that I might not see. People, and that's the power of involving other people in our businesses and in our organizations. Even if you're a solopreneur, you can seek out the advice and knowledge and wisdom of other people to make your operation run better, run more smoothly. But you got to let control of the reins. You have to be open to the possibility that there's another way of doing things. I don't know about you, but I know in my teens and 20s, I thought that it was my way or the highway. And that's ego talking always. But we all go through that phase where we think that our way is the best way of doing things. I was married to a gentleman for 20 some years that was a control freak and absolutely everything had to be done his way. So how did I learn to deal with that? Well, I would agree that, okay, yep, this is what we're going to do. And then I would agree to the result. And then I'd listen to his way of doing it, but I would still go do it my own way. And I would often get a better result than he had stipulated. And so when that happened, there was never any discord or anything. So allow people the opportunity to skin the cat their own way, to use their own methods, their own strategies, their own how, their own step-by-step way of accomplishing something, as long as it gets the result that you all agree upon. So that's my way of looking at there's more than one way of skinning a cat. So how can you use this in your business today? How can you let go of control of just one thing? I thought I turned all those alarms off, but I just silenced my notifications. I didn't turn off my alarm. So how can you use this? How can you use this in your business today, right now, to let go of something or to delegate something? I challenge you today to delegate or outsource one thing, one task. Share the result clearly that you expect, but let the person that you delegate to determine how they're going to get that result for you. And then see how that makes you feel. Because once I was able to do this in my businesses, the world opened up for me. And I was actually able to run my Italian food manufacturing business on 4 hours a week. I actually created the 4-hour work week for my Italian food manufacturing business even before Tim Ferriss wrote the book. So it is 100% doable and possible, but you got to be willing to let other people skin the cat their way and not always be dictating that things have to be done your way. All right, go out, make it an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.